Number 3. In my old apartment, my dog would, on occasion, look down the hallway towards the bedroom from the living room and growl for no apparent reason. Also on occasion, when I was sleeping in the bedroom, she also intended to sleep at the end of the bed. I would wake up with her staring intently at the door and growling. She was a big girl, 140 pounds of Great Dane, Catahoula and slobber. So I'm here for a couple of years of this, thinking, okay, my dog has a good imagination. Well, I was wrong. One night I woke up, due not to my dog growling, but barking for all she was worth, and not at the door, she was barking straight at me. I opened my eyes pretty much immediately, and there was a blur of light leaning over me, very close, certainly less than 6 inches from my face. It was not distinguishable as a person. It more resembled a person-sized version of a colourful nebula you might see a picture of in a science magazine, 3-dimensional and all. I immediately got the distinct impression that this thing had been watching me sleep for God knows how long and how many times before. For all the clarity of that distinct feeling, I had no sense of what it wanted. Whether it was malevolent or just curious, I flipped right the fuck out, jumped backwards to the other side of the bed, too terrified to scream, and that blur of light receded and disappeared over the course of about 3 seconds. My dog was going absolutely ape. So shortly thereafter, I asked the building manager if anybody had ever died there. She investigated that and came back to me a couple of weeks later with a yes. A woman had died of a drug overdose in that apartment in 1995, so 12 years earlier, shortly after having a child removed from her custody because of her addiction problems. My dog did still growl at the hallway from time to time, but I never saw it again. I moved out about a year later. I've had other encounters, but this thing was literally inches from my face, watching me sleep, getting shivers now just writing about it. Number 2. So when I was a kid, I would race up to the top of the stairs as fast as I could, like it was some sort of silly game. Well, I must have been 5 or 6 at the time. I'm not sure, but I know I was very little. Somewhere along the way, a voice at the top of the stairs started to whisper to me. It would make bets with me, such as, I bet you a penny you can't make it to the top of the stairs. I don't really think there was a certain amount of time or anything. As I said, I was very little, so I probably didn't have any counting abilities anyway. I recall just sitting at the top of the stairs having conversations with this demon about betting, of course. Eventually, the voice, it was like a whisper of a demon, as I just said, started to bet me my life. Instead of pennies, it'd say, I bet your life you can't make it up the stairs. Ha. As I get older, it stopped. I never really thought about it at all. I never mentioned it to anyone until one night I was sleeping over at my brother's place. I was about 18, he was 22, and we were talking about spooky stories. Out of nowhere I brought up a voice at the top of the stairs, and my brother got all quiet and weird before I even mentioned the betting aspect. He did. It make bets with you? We both looked at each other horrified. It certainly was freaky. After the fact, a lot of bad shit went down in my family at the period of time in my life, and my mother, a heavily religious lady, said there was a lot of evil in our lives at that time. I don't at all think our place was haunted, by the way. It was built in the late 70s, and as I got older, I never experienced anything like that, ever again. When I was little, I used to wake up in the middle of the night and go into my parents' room and sleep next to my mom. One night when I was about 5 or 6, I had this really vivid dream where I woke up scared and went into my mom's room to sleep with her. When I went in, however, there was a set of parents on the bed, and a set of identical parents on the floor. I instinctively knew in my dream that I had to wake the right parents before the wrong parents were evil. So I chose the parents on the floor. I distinctly remember thinking that the evil imposter parents would try to trick me, so I chose the parents on the floor. When I went over to the parents on the floor, they opened their eyes, and where their eyeballs should have been, it was bright, glowing red. That was when I actually woke up, being a scared little kid. I, of course, went right into my parents' room to sleep next to my mom. There was a set of parents on my bed and a set of parents on the floor. I literally pissed myself. The second set of parents was actually a part of Unfolded Lottery, but I will never forget the fear that struck my little 6-year-old heart at that very minute of my life, and I just hope I never experience anything like that ever again.